Hey everyone, and welcome to the first ever episode of League Center. A lot of people have been asking when I'm bringing back State of League for years now. This is the spiritual successor to State of League, and it's going to be so much better than SOTL ever was. And the reason why is because I have amazing, dedicated co-hosts. I go ahead and introduce you to each of them now, starting off with Crumbz, fresh off of his return trip this morning from Japan, where he was training with the monks to figure out how to be better next year on Team Dignitas. How's it going, Crumbz? How's Japan?
It was really nice. I'm glad to be here. And I was training, but not League. I got a lot better at DDR. Like, seriously, really a lot better at DDR in that whole time. But I'm back from it. It was a 20-day trip. I got to see Snow Monkey. So if you want to see some pictures, I got him on Twitter. Ask him for him in Twitter. Travis, and I'll send them to you because they're
Okay.
adorable.
Sounds good. I'm really excited about the Snow Monkeys. Off to a great start already on episode one. Snow Monkeys. Saint Vicious is also here, the leader of Curse Academy.
Why
He's
do I gotta
at
be the leader?
I mean, who
What if
else is
Cops
there?
the new leader?
Who?
What if Cops like running the show?
Is that the case?
Could be.
Yeah.
Why you gotta assume things? All right, go
Well,
on.
I mean, you were before. I just figured you got to keep that title until you got like overthrown.
Overthrown. There's gonna be a coup.
Yeah. Yeah. How's Curse Academy coming? Are you guys gonna get in to the LCS?
I feel pretty good. It's like weird. But our team is like we'll play like the LCS teams and we'll like do pretty good, and then like we'll play like some random team that like maybe it's like a bunch of like Wood 7 players and just like shit on us and like, oh, I was sleepy. They're like,
Yeah.
okay, whatever. I don't care. But see, I feel pretty good as a team though. We like feel pretty good.
Nice. Well,
I'm confident.
we'll be seeing all that in just a couple weeks. Finally, last and least is Double Lift from the CLG house. He was just
I'm
in
leaving.
Texas
I'm ending the
recently.
call.
Double Lift, how was Texas?
It was good. We went there for sponsor stuff, and it was pretty quiet, I guess. Like, I don't know. What do you mean, how was Texas? The food was good. That's all I can say about it. People were nice.
Did you see any snow monkeys?
I saw a lot.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, there's no monks in Japan, are there?
They're
Oh
probably
my God.
Come on.
Japanese monks? I'm googling this.
Oh my god.
Jesus
Oh shit, there
Christ.
I don't know. Like,
It's almost like they have like a religion over there.
Well, either
well, I know they
way,
do, but I didn't know they were called monks.
while Double Lift is investigating that
I
situation,
think we should move on before we go deeper into this.
this is this is a great intro episode because there's been really not much happening recently, at least compared to the normal season. So at least we can catch up on all the stuff that's happened in about the last month. As the format of the show goes, for those who haven't seen the FAQ or whatever, we're going to be about half scene news and half game news, which means we're going to hop into the scene news right now, starting off with something very close to St. Vicious's heart, I'm sure. Voyboy has left Curse. He's taking a break from competitive gaming, at least. He's going to be streaming and figuring out what is next for him. Saint, I don't know, is he still at the house? How's stuff going with her?
His seat's right there. Right there. He like sits there and streams. But he's like going home, I think to his parents' place next week. So I think he's still figuring out what he wants to do. I'm pretty sure he's just gonna stream though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did that news go? I mean, I interviewed him and he said everybody was pretty friendly about it, but were you around whenever that all went down?
Oh yeah, I mean it's like pretty abrupt. Nobody really expected it coming. He just kind of announced it one day. He's like, oh yeah, like I think I'm just gonna be out the team and stream and like find out what I want to do.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's played 3-4 seasons straight. So he needs a break.
How do you think the mood is in the house with like the team?
Well, I mean, it's like a lot of people here, and everybody's like trying to.
Speaking
just,
of,
like, yeah, they're trying to like mesh together. Because we have Piglet here, and everybody's like trying to accommodate him, and we have 2 other people in the house who speak Korean, so they translate and like try to make him feel at home and let him try out new foods. Like he tried like Chipotle and like Chick-fil-A, and he's like, oh my god, it's like so good. But I think the mood in the house is like pretty friendly, pretty good.
Double Lift, you were previously on a team with Voyboy, and you frequently called him the boy on Twitter and been very excited about him. How do you take the news that he was not going to be playing against you in the LCS next split?
Not that surprising, honestly. Like, you have to have a pretty strong constitution to continue to play, especially after a player like him. Like, he's really improved, I think. He's probably one of the most improved players of Season 4. because at first he was honestly a piece of crap, and then towards the end he got pretty good. He was doing pretty well against Xiao Zhao, who did super well at Worlds, and like people will just like instantly forget that because whatever, they don't really consider Voyboy to be like a top tier player, but he improved a lot. But at the same time, like he got so much pressure put on him because I don't know, everyone, there's so much hype around him. He's like a really great streamer. He has a lot of fans, but everyone was shit talking him for playing bad, like holding curse back, whatever, blah blah blah. It must be really stressful. I know exactly how that is. You just have to like keep trucking on, but sometimes it's just like, all right, it's too much. Especially like him, he's got such a big fan base. He can just take it easy, stream, make probably more money than he did as a pro player. And then if he wants to come back, he can come back. He's still probably top 4, top 5 mids in NA.
Crumbz, do you agree that he was previously a piece of crap and then is leaving as a top 3, top 4 player?
Well, I don't really know him too personally, but from the times I've talked to him, I feel like he's a player that really works off of what his fans and more around the general consensus about him is. Like, he cares about his own play, but he cares about how others see his own play a lot. And I feel like, yeah, that really hurt him, but it also motivated him to get to where he got at the end of the split. But like that's kind of almost like a burst of getting better, and then after that, you obviously get really tired of it because to keep that up when the off season happens, when there's literally nothing going on, and you have to make yourself get motivated for just pretty much no reason, just for yourself. There's nobody cheering you on. There's nobody saying anything about you, or just saying even if you're good or bad. There's literally nothing. You just have to go on by yourself. It can be pretty tough, especially in the condition that solo queue is right now. Like you pretty much just play, and you want to kill yourself. You really do.
No, it's a fun adventure, man. Every game is an adventure.
Well, we're going to get into solo queue in just a bit, but I did want to sort of address something that I thought was interesting. We've seen Voyboy. First off, all 3 of you guys have been around in the scene for quite some time now, and we keep seeing these players take off. QTPie has announced that he's not going to be playing competitively. He just wants to stream. Voyboy is figuring out what's next for him, but in the meantime, he's going to be streaming. We're hearing over in China, lots of players are like making way more money streaming, and at the same time, I feel like over time we've seen the burden and on the players in terms of the need to scrim and practice, and then more and more sponsor stuff keeps happening. Like, do you guys think that there's just getting to be like almost too much on the players' plate? Is that what we're saying, or is this just sort of like, hey, the lifespan of most pro players is about 4 years, and we're starting to see a lot of these guys that have been around for a while just take off? I mean, what do you think, Saint?
I don't think it's like too much on the one's plate, but I think it's like just the constant task of having to scrim every single day and then keep track of sponsor stuff, and of course reach out and be a part with your fans, and it's like a lot to do and a lot to maintain every single day, for 4 years straight and however long most pro players play. So I think Boy could maybe like take a year off or stream or just chill and see what he wants to do, and then I think he could come back, and I think that'd be completely fine.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to chime in on this. I don't think, just like saying, I don't think it's too much on your plate, but I think it's more of not knowing how to juggle it effectively so that it's easier on you. Like having really set schedules that you want to have on your own is a good way to help out with that, or making sure that your diet is good so that your physical health remains in top shape so that it becomes a lot easier on you. Like just a lot of things that add up to each other that make the continuous task of doing like all this other things for 4 years or plus get pretty difficult.
Double F, how are you coping with all of that?
I don't know. I mean, as soon as I started playing pro, I've pretty much had the same schedule. Like I've just been a grinder. Like I've never had an issue with playing every day, all day. But I know that a lot of other people, they have social lives, like they want time for their family or hobbies, or like QTPie and Voyboy are great examples of people who like will make a lot of money when they're not scrimming. And so like the opportunity cost of scrimming is like so high. It's stressful. People are yelling at you, or people aren't yelling at you, people are telling you that you're fucking up and you need to get better. And it's just like really high pressure environment. And then you think about like the other side, oh, I could be making like a ton of money. I could be you know, spending time with my girlfriend, my friends, my family, like whatever it is. And I could still have like stream at my own leisure. It's like such a nice thing to have that freedom. But I don't know. I've never really had an issue with it, but I know like if you're not a top player, like if you're not winning constantly, then it kind of drains on you after a while. You're like, fuck it, like why am I doing this? Why am I playing like 14 hours a day when I could just be making more money, having more fun, and less pressure on me?
Yeah, it honestly takes the fun out of the game too. Because if you're on a team, and like let's say I'm a jungler, like when I go into solo queue, I want to practice, you know, become like the best jungler, like play as much as I can jungle. But honestly, what I really want to do is I want to go into solo queue and just be like Phil. Like I'll play anything. I just want to go have fun and play other roles and enjoy the game. And it kind of takes away from being able to enjoy the game to the way they used to enjoy the game. It's more of like you're trying to work at something rather than just having fun at the game.
Yeah, and then when you do that and you start having fun, you kind of guilt yourself into just like, man, you know, I kind of should be doing this to get better, not be messing around, and then it's a vicious cycle that hurts on you.
Yeah. Double, if you have all the same opportunities as these guys to make more money streaming potentially, or you, I mean, you recently switched over to Twitch, and I've seen you have some pretty big numbers. And last night I tried to talk to you, and you're like, dude, I've got 30K Twitter or 30K stream viewers right now. I can't help you with this. So,
Yeah.
I mean, what's stopping you from switching over?
Well, as always, like I know I could bank super hard off being who I am and streaming. Like if I wanted to, I could just ditch and like make a lot more money than I do now just streaming. But it's not fun. Like it's really unfulfilling to know that you're like not getting better at something every day. For me, it's like I want to wake up the next morning and feel like I'm better at something. Like whether it's like physical, like I changed my diet, I like changed my appearance, I feel healthier, I feel better at the game, like I have a better relationship with my teammates, something like that. I want to like build something, and when I don't, I feel yeah, just like unfulfilled and not good about myself. So I just want to continue playing pro because I mean everyone just wants to win, right? You just strive to do whatever you can, and then like just for that one moment where you hold up the trophy. And I haven't gotten it yet, so maybe after I get it once or twice, then it's like, oh, okay, well I've reached my ambition, and then now I can move on to something else.
Yeah. All right, well, let's move on to the fact that in the past week or so, I think it's been pretty much confirmed that all 10 players of Samsung's, both of their teams have now departed. The Samsung dream is dead. Winners are no longer on a team in about, what, it's been like 1 month, and now they're all splitting up to go to other places, a lot of them going to China. First off, what do you guys ever think we will ever see a time where like a team is like both together and functioning again, but like functioning correctly by the time World Championships roll around the next year?
What do you mean?
Well, like we've seen time and time again that it doesn't seem like whoever wins either doesn't go the next year. Oh yeah, they never end up going the next year, or they've been like half disbanded or whatever by the time the next World Championships roll around. Is it just like a situation where like it takes so much to actually get there that by the time you win, like if you win, you're like, okay, we're just can't do this again next year? Or is it a thing where people just like cash out on other opportunities afterwards? Like, will we ever see a World Championship team return and have a good performance the following year?
I mean, I don't think that's such a crazy thing to be thinking about. If you just think about it, all major sports that are team sports don't have the same roster, like rarely have the same roster that they won the championship with the next year. Like a basketball team, obviously that's more players, but players just get taken, some choose to leave, some are done. I mean, I think it's just a regular healthy cycle of a team winning and the people in the team having their goals fulfilled, and it's like, okay, well, I'm done, I want to move on, or I want to do something better.
Okay. Because, yeah, I mean, it's not even like that the rosters are different. It's like they're not making it back, you know? Like, SKT wasn't there this year. Samsung White already disbanded. Like, it just seems like these things fall apart. It's not like, oh, they show up with, like, one or two different members. It's like it's done. Double if you're thinking about something.
Well, I don't know. I think I would probably do the same thing, honestly. If I won Worlds, I would lose so much motivation to keep going, like, at the same... Okay, so... If I won Worlds, it would be because I put in like a ridiculous amount of work. Like I would not talk to people. I would not respond to any messages or give in to like any random temptations to like go out or do whatever. Like I would have literally no life for the entire year, even harder than I do now. And then once you go through that crazy struggle, it's like a mixture of like luck and skill and everything, all the work that you put in. You finally like get to be the world champion. I don't feel like people will have the motivation to do it again. Your ultimate goal the whole time being a pro player is to do that just once. Nobody like starts being a pro player. They're like, yeah, I want to win the world championship twice. It's like, no, you just want to get it one time, and then after you do it, I don't know, what do you do? Most people probably want to take a little more
Cash
easy
out.
than they did. Yeah, they want to cash out. Like these Samsung players, they're probably like the most valuable players in the world right now, and
Yeah.
China's got the money to pay them exactly how much they're worth, or probably even more than how much they're worth. Why would you try to work super hard again for the world championship? You already got the title. You could literally make 4 times as much in salary, or like whatever,
It's probably
however
way
much
more
more.
than that. I heard
Yeah,
NBA players are getting paid like nothing.
Yeah, like these guys, they get paid crap. They have horrible living conditions. They could go live in like luxurious China, get a ridiculous salary boost, and then even if they don't win worlds again, they didn't work nearly as hard for it either. So it's like totally worth it for them. I'd probably do the same thing.
We can talk about that too, because this opens up the whole line of discussion around, like, it's not just Samsung players that are going over to China. Like, we've seen this like huge upheaval of everything in the Korean scene with the new format coming in. Teams can only, or organizations can only have one team per org, and then we also have China's paying tons and tons of money to acquire all these different players. I mean, first off, what do we think about that? I mean, is it like a really bad thing that like China is just buying these top tier players and taking them from Korea? And if so, like, does that mean that we're gonna not see Korea as like a really good? Are they no longer the top region because China's just gonna buy all their best players? I mean, what do you think, Saint?
Well, I think it's a good thing. I mean, there's a lot of floating talent because half the teams are just not even there anymore. So where are these players going to play? And I don't think that there's enough spots for players in North America or Europe to support, like, what is it, 5 teams that are not playing anymore? Or how many teams is it that they just like purged out?
It's like they cut half of them.
Okay, so that's a lot of damn teams. So these players got to go somewhere, and I think China's like the other region that can support that right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that China is Korea's America right now. And if you don't like what's going on between China and Korea, then you just don't like what America did for the rest of the world.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you want to elaborate, Crumbz?
Well, there's not knowing world history that America is considered the land of opportunity, and everybody wants to go there just to improve their general life in every aspect. So that's what the Korean players see China as. Well, hey, they can drop all their hard work that they've done in Korea and they've achieved whatever they want to do. And even the players that haven't, they can just live better. It's all, I mean, ultimately it's about being happy with what you're doing. It's not really about with winning the championship is what matters to you, then yeah, that'll make you happy. But like if living a real life makes you happy, then you should probably do that.
Crumbz, do you see China as the land of opportunity? If they called you up and said, Crumbz, we want you to come over here and play for us, and of course, you were able to get out of the contract or whatever with Dig, would you take that opportunity?
You could be the only Venezuelan in China, man. Like, think about
Yep.
Double lift?
From what I have heard, and I can't say any numbers, but China has a ridiculous amount of money because it's like a billionaire's playground. These teams are owned by the sons of all the rich billionaires or rich entrepreneurs in China. They have hundreds of millions of dollars just to throw out. Just, all right, like, boom, I'll buy your contract out and I'll pay you like a ridiculous salary that you probably never even thought of a number that big before. And who wouldn't take it when you're getting paid like pennies in fucking Korea, and there's so much more competition in Korea. Your chances of going to Worlds, which is everyone's like ultimate goal, is so much lower in Korea. But I don't think it's like a bad thing, and I don't think Korea's gonna get that much weaker, to be honest, or weaker at all. Because for me, the biggest thing that Korea does well is they create and churn out really good players and really good teams. Like, I'll bet you if you ask somebody at the very beginning of the year, season 4, okay, they ask them, do you know who Looper is? I bet you like 95% of people would be like, who is Looper? And then at the end of the year,
He was at Worlds
this guy's
last
like,
year. Come on now. This
okay,
is a sin.
I guess so. But like most people would not really know or care anything about him.
Probably.
And then at the end of the year, he's the world champion and he's like the best top laner in the world. They're just really good at creating super good players. And it doesn't really matter if you take like 10, 15 of their top players, or some of their players are actually like B tier players that they're going to China. Other than the Samsung guys, obviously, but I don't know. I just think Korea has just such a great infrastructure that you'll be able to take like any really motivated kid and just create the next Faker or whoever it is.
Well, two things, Double. One is China is also picking up all the coaches from, or several of the coaches, and moving them over from Korea. Do you not think that those guys will bring over like the mentality and infrastructure that you need?
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I kind of forgot about that. That's definitely going to be a big deal for them. From what I understand, China is like, yeah, not nearly as strict. They don't practice nearly as hard as Korea does. But with the Korean coaches, I don't know. I always feel like it'll just motivate the locals to play better. I feel like the Chinese players will step up when they see, oh crap, like our jobs are in jeopardy. Like I could get replaced at any time by just some random Korean guy, and then they'll shape up more.
Yeah.
Man, this is gonna change everything. It's just gonna be like Korea versus China at Worlds again the next year, like it is every year now.
Well, is
Yeah,
China
pretty
going to
much.
win though this year?
I don't know. Are they gonna like clone Uzi or something and get him to like play like all the different positions and just carry? I don't know. That's the only
I
way
doubt
see
it. I really doubt it. Language barrier is too hard to overcome. You can't be the world champion when your communications.
Oh, I thought you meant you doubt that they would clone, and I was like, yeah. That's not possible.
Oh no, no! I was
What
answering
are you, an
that- yeah.
idiot?
No, cloning
The
technology
technology's
is
not
fine.
there, Saint. Come on.
Yeah,
All right. Well, anyway, yeah. Okay. So, okay, let's make guesses now because I love one of the things I loved on my old shows is making people make predictions. Uh, Crumbz next year at Worlds is China just going to be dominating with all these Korean players?
Yeah.
Yeah. Saint,
Yeah, I can see them winning next year.
Double,
Wait, winning or dominating though?
winning
I can
and
see them.
dominating.
Damn.
Well, I mean there's already Chinese teams that are having like pretty good runs like at Worlds nowadays.
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know how they could be more dominant than having two teams in the top four, and then
Yeah.
They
Korea
could win.
championship.
That would be an example of it.
I don't think that they could win, or they would win. No, but they're already really dominant. Obviously, having two teams in the semifinals.
You know who's been more dominant though is Korea. So my question is, do you think that the roles will reverse where Korea is chasing behind China instead of China chasing Korea?
No, I don't.
No? Okay, so Korea stays on top. Crumbz, you say Korea stays on top?
Yeah, I do.
Saint?
I think China could overtake them.
Boom. Okay. I love this because now later on, next year, I'll hit up my video producer and just be like, hey, remember, just cut that out and put it up there. It's great. There's a great video that I put up a while back of Doublelift saying that he didn't have to worry about Koreans. All right, so the expansion tournament is coming up. Saint, I'm going to let you take the lead because you're kind of the expansion expert on all these different teams that you're playing against. What do you know about all of them? Like, what are your thoughts and predictions? You're in there, man. More than anyone, you should be an expert.
Wait, why do I gotta be an expert? I literally just play. I just wake up and I'm like, ugh, crawl out of bed. Like, wait, who am I playing? Like, Fusion.
Yep,
All right,
the challenger
nice.
scene is just brimming with talent, as you
Yeah.
can tell.
Well, no, because like they keep changing the players off on half of these teams, and then like it's like new challengers teams are like new players like every single week. You're like, who's on this team now? Like they reformed to be coal white black like lollipop color. Like, wait, what is this? It's like it's too much. So I think we're playing Cole White now, who's like what is it, like not even affiliated with Complexity, but they're from like old Complexity members or something. I don't even know how they did it, man. But I don't know, man. I'm just gonna play the games.
Crumbz, whenever you hear this stuff, do you get really concerned about, hey, it's Piglet. Hello, Piglet. I know that guy. He's a very friendly person. Double, if there's your new arch nemesis, by the way.
Oh, I'm not looking.
Wow.
Where
Yeah.
Just missed Piglet. He came and waved at the screen.
Damn, I'm not looking.
And then he showed a picture of you and ripped it in half.
Epic, nice.
Yeah. Wasn't he shit talking you earlier? He said something about how, like, whenever he came over here in an interview or something like that, or in a statement, he said he was looking forward to teaching you some humility or something.
Yeah, something like that. I'm pretty sure he got goaded into saying it, but even if he didn't, it's like he's a world champion, right?
Yeah.
He's a legend, so I mean, I look up to him.
Hey, he's level
Good
30,
guy.
okay?
Yeah, he
can say
just hit
whatever
level
the fuck he
30.
wants.
I heard
Yeah,
he
he's just a
lost
level
like
13.
at level 8 or something like that. That was kind of a big deal.
Wait, you can lose some of those games, man.
Yeah,
some
you
of those
can
games are a
lose. Yeah, they're
tragedy.
just
No
unwinnable.
matter how
Yeah.
good you are.
But
Well, anyway, back to the topic. Crumbz, whenever you hear Saint describe, his thoughts on the challenger scene and how much effort he's putting into it and that kind of thing, do you get really concerned about these 2 new teams that are going to show up at the LCS next year?
What team?
The LCS is
I'm
expanding to
kidding.
10
It's a
teams
joke.
next
I
year.
know. I heard what you said. It was a joke.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got you. I understand.
No, I don't, because like when I was watching the Challenger scene, I was like, okay, oh nice, Challenger tournament in an hour. Let's check out who the teams are. Like, who
Yeah.
have I played against this person? It's like, oh,
Wait,
yeah,
see, he's got the same opinion,
are
man.
they Challenger? Like,
Yeah.
is it It must be Masters League. That's pretty much what I'm thinking. So if any teams make it into the LCS next season from the
Expansion.
expansion tournament, is probably going to be Saints team and whoever other team has ex LCS players on it.
What about Fusion? Is Fusion the next team to get in?
That's also LCS players, by the way.
Yeah, I know. So do you think that that's it? You got
I
us
haven't
in the
seen-
end?
The Complexity's got some LCS players in there. Come on now.
Yeah, one of those teams the LCS teams are gonna make it.
Saint, who are you most afraid of?
Ourselves. Always ourselves. It's like, we gonna play good today? All right, nice. We got it.
So you can beat any of these teams on a good day, but you're like your own worst enemy.
Yeah, like, our team is just, like, really volatile. Yo, dude, Double knows this, man. Bunny's, like, going crazy on him, and then we just, like, fall apart. Like, that's our team right there.
What are scrims like against Curse Academy and Double?
do we scrim Chris Academy?
Played
We
you,
did.
like, once, like, last week.
I don't remember, and I hate talking about scrim results too
Yeah.
because they're absolutely pointless to talk about.
Dude, people try out so much random stuff in scrims. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
like no matter how you print the scrim results, if you're crushing, it makes you sound like you're cocky. If you're losing, it doesn't really mean anything, anyways. There's just I don't know. It just sets expectations where scrims are just completely meaningless.
Yeah.
The result is like pointless to talk about.
Remember
I mean-
all those scrim results from Korea that all the, the Western players had? And
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly. It's like, oh man, we won even versus like a Korean team. It's like, no, that's not the point. Like the whole point of the scrim is to get better, not to win.
Well, Saint, should people be hyped about this expansion tournament? Because you're making it sound like it's
I
just
honestly,
a bunch of random kids doing a bunch of random things.
well, no, I think this will probably be a better tournament than most of the promotion tournaments have been in the past. Like, I think a lot of the teams are gonna like the Team Fusion, like they put a lot of investment into that team, like bringing players over. And they brought Mac Noon over, and there's like a couple decent teams. Like Team Law Pro is like looking pretty good, and like our team's like rounding out pretty well. And the complexity teams, they used to be in the LCS, like they can blue turtle shell randomly. So yeah, they could be good games.
All
I
right.
mean, now that most of the random teams kind of got filtered out, most of the games I'd expect to see would be really entertaining, I'd say.
Well, we're going to switch to game news in just a second. We'll do a commercial break beforehand. But first, we've got one last thing in the scene news. This was something that all 3 of you guys requested we add to the notes. Basically, solo queue right now is not what you want it to be, Saint.
Wait, I wanted to, like, this is like my home, man. I'm like, yo, man,
Oh
support
man, I
Karthus,
fucking
like,
hate you,
let
man.
me-
I hate solo queue now.
What is the
I'm
problem,
the guy
Douglas?
like in there like trolling, man. That's me.
I'm like streaming and I'm trying to be informative and stuff, and then I just get that insta lock like support Heimer or support Maokai, and it's like, all right, like this game is fucked. Like I can't. There's no value here.
Is it
But,
just that the season is over?
Yeah,
You know how
it's
I
like
broke-
pointless.
Yeah.
You know how I broke my losing streak, Travis? I was playing Jungle Katarina.
Yeah.
If you can't beat him, you join him, and then you just
But
become...
I was in that game. Like you went off.
Oh,
Remember,
I was like
I was
7
playing mid. Remember?
Oh, yeah. It was like 17-2 Jungle Cat.
Yeah, dude. I'm
Yeah.
in there trolling with you. The guy.
There's actually just no point to try hard right now because like it's
It-
going to
it'll
all
only
rubber band back.
backfire.
Yeah. You try to try hard, it's like, oh man, you're getting trolled, so you just gotta join them.
You eventually just become a fiddlesticks main. Like that's just what it all like dissolves into.
Yep.
Always.
The circle of life.
Well, there's always people talking about like you go to Reddit or whatever, and people are talking about like, okay, yeah, Nightblue was raging about this guy and reported him, and then afterwards, like he was trolling later on, It's kind of strange because, like, I feel like high level solo queue, especially right now, like people look to it and are like, "Oh yeah, that should be really good or really serious or whatever," and then you have everybody trolling each other. Is this like a bad situation right now, or is it just kind of funny because it's a preseason and no one cares?
No, it's not funny at all.
It's very serious.
Super
What?
serious. Turn that smile upside down, man.
Oh, I
Yeah.
You
love
have to
it.
crack down on
I
these
love
trolls.
your misery. Your
I'm
tears
just
and
kidding.
Hey,
tears.
I
literally,
don't
you know what
actually.
happened, Travis? I couldn't play League for like 20 days when I was in Japan. I was legitimately every day is like, oh, I can't wait. You know, I was raging before I left. I'm in a zen state. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna have so much fun. I'm gonna be able to shrug it
Raging
all
in
off.
that
No
state.
matter how bad it is, I'm gonna be able to do it. I can do this. 2 games in, like I'm fucking done. I'm playing another game.
Yeah, you had you in my games. You were feeding super hard on Vagar.
What? Are you serious? See,
You got
that's
shit
the
on that
problem. That's your problem. See, you see that game, but then that game, I was literally beating Lincoln Lane. I get ganked 3 times. I'm like, look, I'm a Vagar with summoners against an Orianna that is no summoners, no ultimate. I have everything up. Please gank her. You're Lee Sin. It's like, no. That's it. That was the game. And then Afro never ganked my lane.
game.
Afro literally showed up, showed in lane, and then left. It's like, hey, just
It
give me a
sounds like
helping hand,
CLG just
man.
trolling you, man. Like the CLG as a whole trolling you. That's what it sounds like.
Unbelievable.
Devil, do you have any
See how
retort
there's
to
so
that?
much strife in the high elo solo queue? We should all just get along, man. Come on, Crumbz. You have to turn around that toxic attitude because I reported you after that game.
What do you guys think is the solution to this? Is it just gonna go away, hopefully, when
Yeah,
the season starts?
yeah, it's on the
Yeah, when
season.
the season starts, people are gonna try.
Okay.
Like, why would you want to bomb your placement matches? It's actually like the ladder's actually going to people are gonna care again. Nobody's looking at the ladder right now. Half people don't even know ranked is back up. They're like, yeah, the season's over. Like, time to play normal. It's a team builder.
So then
They
do you
don't.
just suffer through it in the meantime?
I don't know. It's not a really big deal. I mean, when you're streaming, it's pretty entertaining sometimes to see a bunch of trolls.
Yeah. Okay, so then this is a good thing. Crumbs should be happy about it.
Yeah, Crumbz.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna be real thrilled.
Positive attitude. Come on.
Yeah, dude.
All right. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and take a commercial break before we get into game news. We'll be right back. All right, everyone, we are back, and it's time to switch into the game news portion. This portion is going to be a little bit shorter than the last one because there's well, I guess there is some stuff to talk about, but I don't know if you guys will be arguing and debating about changes the way normally, but we'll see what happens. New Summoner's Rift is now officially out all over the place. Everybody can see that beautiful new palette, and people can talk about how it needs to have higher saturation or whatever on Reddit. Whatever. Double F, what do you think of the new map?
It's looks better than the old map, and I think it's about time that League started looking better as a game because some of this stuff is like assets that they probably made 5 or 6 years ago when, the game was being developed for like a super low budget. I don't really care. Like I hear a lot of people crying about the saturation. Like whatever. It's my job to just learn how to play the game as is, right? Like I'm not going to complain about random stuff like color saturation. That's pretty pointless.
Crumbz, is this like a competitive change at all? Like, as a competitor, because I know there's this funny thing where like lots of people care about random stuff, and skins and all this kind of thing. And I talk to pro players, and really they just don't care about anything cosmetic or whatever. Do you think that this is like really cool from a competitive standpoint?
I mean, I have the same standpoint Double If has on this. It doesn't matter. Like, you could add a Pac-Man section to League. Yeah,
There is one. No, there is one where you're chasing the damn like crab around or whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
it doesn't matter. Like, you could add literally anything crazy to League and be like, okay, this is what we gotta do. We gotta play this game now. So it really doesn't matter. And it is an upgrade, a visual upgrade, and I like it, especially when you win or lose. Like, the animations are pretty cool. The minions are cool, I think. I mean, it all overall looks really sick. The dragon as well, like Baron, all of it. So I think it's a great upgrade, and complaining about it for a competitive point of view or seeing it as an upgrade isn't, as the actual visual upgrade doesn't, I don't see it as a competitive upgrade at all.
Well, I mean, a lot of people talk about, or I mean, Riot spent a lot of time talking about clarity and how things should be easier to see now and all that kind of stuff because of the way they changed the color on so many different things. Is this like, is there no competitive advantage at all or benefit?
It's easier to smite now.
Oh, there we go.
It's easier to smite. Like, looking out for me, man. They got my back.
Do you think you'll see better smite rates here, Saint?
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna be like 16%.
Does that mean the enemy jungler gets higher smite rates too? So it just kind of counters
No.
that?
I mean,
No.
wait, but you're talking about the color schemes as if the change gives an edge to people. I didn't even color scheme was supposed to give an edge before.
Well,
Pretty
no,
sure
I'm talking
it's
about
the
the
same
fact
thing.
that like one of the big things is like you go into these big team fights, there's all these different animations, everything just kind of blurs together against like this really bright background. And like so some of the spell effects are kind of harder to see and that kind of thing. I think one of the things that they were talking about and with this new upgrade is that it's a lot easier. Stuff stands out a lot better against this background. It's like easier to see stuff happening. Do you guys not feel that way at all?
Well, no pro player that you talk to will ever be like, "Oh man, it's just League is too confusing. Like I just can't see what's going on." Like you didn't get to be a top-rated player by getting confused in team fights. So I think it's really for the casual player, somebody who really doesn't know like what's going on. Sometimes they're like, "Well, what's that ability?" So I don't know. I have no issues seeing what's going on right now, and I won't in the future either. No matter what they do to the map, they could make the map black and white, and I'd probably still be able to see everything going on.
Really?
But,
Yeah. Hang on, Double It.
Yeah.
Though. How many times has it, and you Saint too, though, how many times has this happened to you, like over your career, where you're playing a game, you're having a team fight, and then like you lose the team fight, and then you're just like, shit, I had no idea where I was. It's like, oh, I didn't even know I was there.
No, this
I had
happens
no
in the
idea
jungler.
I was there.
Dude, as a
maybe
melee
maybe if you're
as a
playing
melee
like
character.
Nudu or something.
No,
if you
Nudu,
play
you
Vades,
always
that
know
shit
where
can-
you are. Come on.
I guess
now.
so. I play on locked cameras, so that literally
that-
never happens to me.
Is that only me then?
No, I've had like you're playing like Jarvan, you like EQ in, somebody just like kicks you across the screen, and somebody else like kicks
Exactly.
you in. Like, where the fuck am
Like,
I?
you're
Like,
listening, you're like, wait, I ended up where?
yeah.
Because I think
Like,
that
back
happens
in
to a lot
days.
of people, and I'm happy to hear that happens to pro players. I feel like your character should stand out now a little bit better, so should
Nah,
like
I
those
don't-
situations should happen less often.
I think those situations are not more so the game, and it's more so, I mean, not as much the game and more so me.
Okay, just the Crumbz problem. I'm really happy that you admitted to that now because I feel like people will now start making like videos of you streaming or in LCS or something where you just do something very strange in the middle of a team fight, and then they air this clip where you're like, "How often do you get lost in the middle of a team fight?" They'll be like, "Oh, that's what happened."
I mean, it only happens in solo queue though.
Okay, not in LCS. Good save. Dragon and Baron changed. Saint, thoughts on? You've had very intimate relationships with Dragon and Baron in the past over these years. What are your thoughts on the changes?
Dragon definitely can kick your ass now. Like we're like doing it in a scrim. It was the first time we played on the new map, and we had like a Maokai, and he's like, "Oh, he's Maokai, man. He'll just like go tank that dragon. He'll be good." And like two shots him and like half of our team. I'm like Fiddle trying to drain, and I'm like, oh, like getting thrown against the wall, dying. I'm like help. Yeah, it'll like fuck you up now. I don't know. I'm scared.
So how do teams adapt to this?
You just gotta be a bitch.
Yeah.
You remember like that broken patch they had a little while ago, like where Baron would go berserker mode and just like insta give you like half.
Oh
your
yeah,
team?
you twice as much like random spitting on you.
Yeah,
It was
and
so
it like
bad.
rapid fire spit sometimes. Just team would just
Yeah.
get fucked up. So like yeah, people just wouldn't do Baron like that whole time. Wouldn't matter how you could be like 70 to like 1, like and the kid's like, don't fucking do Baron, like just push down mid, like fuck that. We're not doing Baron. So I think it's just gonna turn to that situation. I don't know.
Crumbz Baron was previously a really tough objective for your team. You guys started to get a little bit better on it later on.
Why is that even? That's not even a thing, Travis.
What are your thoughts on the Baron changes?
Man, it looks cool. It looks like something out of like the Hydra from Hercules. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
The Disney movie.
Yeah.
I like the intros they do, like the
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
like the dragon.
But
Sick.
honestly, I much prefer the visual of the dragon than the Baron. I think the dragon looks super sick, and obviously dragon is an earlier objective than Baron, so you're gonna have more encounters than Baron. But as for how the actual buff happens, I've only had the opportunity to play against the new buff, the new Baron in the new map once, and I don't know, there was nobody really there to contest, so I kind of just died real quick, so I'll have to play more and tell you how exactly it is, but I like it so far. I think it looks really nice.
Yeah. Doublelift, any final thoughts on the new objectives?
I think what they're trying to do is make Dragon higher risk, higher reward. Obviously, because right now, like when we play solo queue, you don't get the Dragon buff that you're gonna get when the patch rolls around. The stackable Dragon buff. So it's like super hard to do, and it just gives you the gold. It doesn't really give you the buff. I think what's supposed to happen is like you're supposed to tank it like facing away from your team, like a raid boss in WoW, so it doesn't breathe on your whole team. That's basically what I got from the couple games that I played on the new SR. And basically what that means is when you do Dragon, you should be really careful because it hits really hard and it's gonna split your team up. Because previously you could just all stack on top of each other and retreat together or peel off of Dragon together, but now it's super risky, I guess. And it makes sense that it's more risky because you get this ridiculous buff that lasts for your team, I think, for the entire game, and it stacks 4 times. That's pretty crazy.
I mean, I think the cool thing about it, though, is that since it's so crazy how strong the dragon is, it's definitely going to reward a competitive play the teams that are much more decisive. So instead of just dancing around dragon, if you're a team that goes, bam, let's do it, let's get out, or like, let's not do it, just leave it, it's going to be a lot more rewarding for you than, or at least more punishing if you decide to just, oh, let's just dance around, keep tanking and keep it low. And then it's like, well, you got one shot by the actual dragon.
Yeah, actually kind of reminds me of when Dragon used to have that, like, debuff for a while where, like, you did want to stand further away from the people on your team because you'd take that, like, splash thing. You know what I'm talking about? Way back in the day? Wow.
No, Dragon never splashed.
Yeah.
It wasn't a splash, it was like an ignite debuff thing.
No, it slowed attack speed, it slowed regen, it slowed, never splashed.
It was like bait or something. It wasn't a splash, it was like you still wanted to stand further away from people that took it out. I'll go back and find it.
Alright,
I'll let you guys.
you do that.
Kalista is on her way. And as of right before the show, all of you guys looked at her abilities and figured out stuff about her. Crumbz, you've got something you want to say?
There's something, so when I was first introduced to Kalista, not today, but earlier, I saw a Reddit thread that was absolutely hilarious about a guy that says, hey, is it just me, or is there a lack of cleavage now going on? So it's It was a guy just complaining about how all these new characters, like Jinx and a couple others, they're just not suitable for him anymore. He just can't appreciate what Riot is doing. So this is like begging to please don't let these characters go to waste, and please add cleavage. So that's not my point of view. I'm just bringing this up for the humor.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to ask why you
Compelling
were bringing
points about Kalista.
Yeah.
it up. Glad.
I
glad
think
we
she'll be
discussed that.
overpowered.
Yeah.
Do you think she'll be overpowered, Saint?
No, I don't know. Like every 80 carry, every time they release a new 80 carry, they always end up being broken as shit. Like you had like Lucian, and you had like remember when Graves came out, or like Vayne when she was like one-shotting people. Every time they release a new 80 carry, it's just broken.
Jinx was like pretty broken. I think Lucian on release was a piece of crap, and then they buffed him like in a million different ways. Then he was pretty OP. I think Kalista will either be completely broken on release or like absolutely unplayable. Then they'll buff her, and then she'll be broken just like Lucian.
Why do you say that?
Because that's just the nature of 80 carries. Is like they're probably not going to be very situational, and they're more just going to be like, I don't know. You don't generally save your counter picks for your bottom lane, or no, sometimes you do, but most of the time you do it for support, and you kind of just blind whatever the strongest 80 carries are. I think for Worlds it was like Twitch and Lucian, and for a while it was pretty much just Lucian and like Sivir for a little while. I don't know. There's always just been 2-3 top 80 carries that were super good, and there will always be that. And either Kalista makes the cut or she doesn't. My inclination is to say she's gonna make the cut because her ulti looks totally broken.
Well, so
The fact that she can throw, she makes somebody on her team invulnerable, and then throws them into people, and it does like AOE splash damage. Like it's so stupid.
And
You could
CCs.
save people, yeah, and CCs. It's like you could save people out of awful situations. You could do like insane wombo or like crazy. I don't know. I'm just thinking of all the ridiculous things you could do with Kalista. It's just
But this is assuming like how strong she is in lane and stuff, though, because you got like champions
Yeah.
like Varus that have like these crazy great catch abilities, like Ashe, who has like a crazy great catch ability, but it's like, wait a second.
yeah. So I'm
Just
thinking,
useless.
she's either gonna be good enough in lane, and she'll be completely broken because people will make Kalista comps, or she's not gonna be good, and people will just default to 2v1ing with Twitch instead of picking Kalista for no reason.
So this is actually made by the Certainly team, the designer who made Darius, Zed, Thresh, Zyra, and Yasuo. Darius, but most of these guys have seen pretty long durations of competitive play. And I don't know, a lot of people are pretty hype about it from that perspective. I don't know. I think she looks cool. Double, if you think she looks cool?
Yeah, I guess so. It's not really as important to me how cool she looks. More just, I mean, I want to play her, and then I want to be able to see like how many plays I can make on her. Because, I mean, she has to be better than Lucian and Corki and Graves to be competitively viable, I think.
I mean,
What do
just
you mean?
You
imagine
can
What do you
make
mean
some
to
cool
say?
plays.
What he means to say is
Kalista
needs more
Alistar.
cleavage.
Boom. She needs
Needs
more cleavage. That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
That's what he meant to say.
I don't know. It's like I don't want to ever talk about my first impressions on the champion because all that matters when you end up playing her, right? Like they don't release any of the numbers, and you don't know what her fucking. I don't even know what her attack range is. Like it's just so hard to, or will be on release. Like I know what it is on PvE, but yeah,
what is it on PB?
I don't know. It's like 525. I actually don't know what it is. I just said that. I could check it though. Kalista CE.
Crap.
That was impressive. I'm glad you called him out on that, Crumbz.
I was legitimately curious.
Yeah.
I'm curious too. Actually, now hold on. I'll look it up for you. Don't worry about it.
Well, it probably won't change. At least
It's 550. So
That's all right.
pretty. That's actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty good. If it stays at 550, I reckon she'll be probably OP on release.
What do you think of her Sentinel, her little ghosty, her W?
It's the ghetto shot, man. The ghetto hawk shot.
Wait, her W max rank does 20% of the target's maximum health if her and the support attack someone at the same time.
Wait, it's max percentage?
Yeah, it's 20% of their max HP. I'm not even joking. It's 20% of their max HP if her
There's
and
a
her
cooldown
support
though, right?
attack. Yeah, 8-second cooldown if her support and her attack the person within 1.5 seconds of each other.
I mean, that's obviously going to get nerfed, so I don't think
If
enough
these
for
numbers
Magus.
make it live, she'll be broken as fuck. If it doesn't get nerfed, then I don't know what they're doing.
Hey, I don't think there's any number in the game that does 20%.
Jace.
20% of their max HP on Jace.
Isn't Jace 8%?
No,
does
it's
he?
like 20. It's like 20
Oh.
something. It scales out to
Yeah.
82.
Yeah, it's so stupid. You never been one shot by a Jace?
Yeah, nobody
Like
maxes
2
P
years
anymore, that's
ago.
why.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, anyways,
Pretty dumb.
whatever. She looks cool. I wanna play her really bad.
So, okay, we'll do another prediction thing. If nothing changes, are all three of you guys saying she's going to be super broken?
Yes.
Okay. Double lift?
Yeah, I'm going with OP.
Okay. So Kalista, OP unless something changes. Starting to wind down here, but one of the things that also came out, I think today, was that they said that there's not going to be any mastery or rune changes in this preseason, or any changes at all to those systems or anything like that. Are you guys disappointed about this, or is it just like one less thing you have to relearn whenever the new season rolls around?
I don't know. Every time they change the masteries, you're like, oh wow, these are so new and cool. But then eventually somebody just finds like the best mastery set up, and you just end up using that every single time, no matter what. So
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah, that's the variety right there.
You pretty much just wait on Reddit until somebody posts, I did the map, guys. Here it is.
Yeah.
The best rune setup for every champion. And then that's
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
The number crunch guy. Sidco comes out of the shadows and
Wow. I'm glad you brought him up because that's like he was one of the founding people for the show.
he was Double's father actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Theory crafting god.
I was on a team with him. I was on Curse with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Were you Crumbz and Double Lift? Were you guys on the same team or were Curse at the same time with Sidco?
Nope.
Okay,
No, I think
He
I got
left
replaced
and I
by
got
Crumbz.
there.
Yeah, we swapped out.
nice. Do you guys want to be on the same team at some point in the future? Would that be nice?
I dream of it.
Yeah,
Every night.
yeah. Double Lift.
Got that Crumbz body pillow.
Yeah. Well, you took two of the Dignitas members. You could have tried to take a third.
Stay salty, my friends.
Okay. Anyway,
Wait, that's saying I'm salty?
I'm just kidding. No, you're fine. I can tell you hated Zion and Scar.
Damn.
Damn.
No, I'm
Okay.
just kidding. I just say that because of that lobby thing where Zion was asking you a question, you didn't respond. I'm like, I see you're not on talking terms. But you
Man,
guys,
I was legitimate. Like, I was questing on RuneScape, dude. Like, come on, give me a break.
why do you play RuneScape?
Because it soothes my mind.
I played that like a decade ago, dude. It's had to put that in
Yeah, I
perspective.
played it a decade ago too, and I'm playing it now again.
Yeah.
How does that game still? How's that game still functional? That's the real question.
It's
Can we
a
just
flash
change the topic to
game.
RuneScape
Alright.
Central?
yeah, we
Let's
actually
do
have a
League
little bit of
Central,
free time. I'm not used to trying to keep a show at a certain time limit, so I overestimated. So Double Lift, what else do you want to talk about RuneScape? Open floor.
Well, I just want to say that I'm on that World of Warcraft master race because I was in middle school playing WoW on my brother's account, and everyone else was playing RuneScape because they were like 12 and didn't have the money. But I knew WoW was the better game from the very beginning. God bless.
Okay.
Fucking dirty play.
Wait, what level are you on RuneScape?
Right now I'm just combat 75, but I'm skilling.
Wait, did you just have RuneScape open this entire time?
Yeah.
He's probably been sitting there like fishing lobsters or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting your wood cutting up to 300.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're wood cutting.
It's multitasking.
Wait, that's an actual.
I mean, I'm not touching it though. There's a thing called splashing, which you basically AFK and that's it. You don't have to do anything.
That sounds
That-
pretty.
Sounds really
game
fun.
sounds
What an
fantastic.
engaging game.
That's
Wow. Does that even count as a game at that point? That's more like a pet, like a virtual
you
pet
do
that you're
the same
watching.
thing
Is that
Wow,
how you
dude.
treat your pets? You just let it sit there? Come on.
I guess so.
Have you seen how he
Sometimes.
treats
No wonder they're all
Afrofoot?
dead.
Come on now.
Hey,
Whoa.
let's return a little bit to League. I want to ask you guys, what is one thing each that you would, because you used to do community questions, but like we're not airing it, we're not recording this live right now. Pretty close to it though, but maybe in the future we'll figure out how to bring them back. But I do want to ask you guys, each one of you, what is one change that you wish you could see in the game before the next season starts? Like if you could talk to the designers, I know a lot of you guys do, but you could just add one thing, can be a feature, doesn't even need to be, maybe you want replays, Crumbz?
Separation and solo queue. You choose who you want to play with.
How would that,
Alright.
Like
There should be-
leagues. What
No,
was
like
it?
no, they should do it like a dodgeball queue where you have like captains, and then it queues you into like a nest of players, and you pick each one. You're like, oh, I'll take Crumbz, y'all take double lift. Like, give me.
Yeah.
No, I don't want
Oh,
Travis.
damn.
Get him out of here.
Thanks.
How dare you?
Yeah.
Nice, man. I would choose you two both too. All right.
Yeah, wouldn't that be a fun mode or whatever? And then you always have the kid is like, you have the guy on Reddit complains like, nobody ever picks me. I'm just a last guy. Like, Riot's just trying to make me feel bad.
Well, you know, maybe they are trying to make me feel bad, okay, Saint? Like,
Oh
it's
my
bullshit that
God.
no one ever picks me. My Blitzcrank is amazing. Double Lift, what is one feature you would like to see?
I'd probably two things. First, some alternative to some like replacement to RNG crits. I think crits are super annoying, especially
Yeah,
when.
you've been complaining about that for years.
Yeah, I've been complaining about this for years, but it's getting ridiculous because like Lucian with IE or like Graves with IE. I mean, seriously, when they dash up and their first auto is a crit, you need to run. Like it's just a complete gamble every time. I wish there was like some sort of mechanic similar to like Static Shiv or something where you could, I don't know, control your crits better and they weren't as random, or just some sort of alternative to crit where there's just no random luck involved. Other than that,
Wait, do you
What?
run 1% crit Rune?
no, I don't. I hate RNG. I think RNG is so stupid. So
Man,
screw
I'm
the
gonna
crit
run
run, man.
1%
I know I
crit
should,
just for
but
you.
It's like
Just for
Jace
you,
late
man.
game, hypercharge, 3-shot anything.
Yeah.
In patch,
yeah, exactly.
by the way, before we get to Saints, in patch 1.0.0.108, they removed from Dragon the on-hit burning debuff so that it only affected the target and nobody else, because previously it affected enemies in a cone, but ignored the attack target. That's what I was talking about. Saint Vicious, what would you like to see changed?
Already said the dodgeball thing.
I guess that's true.
Wait, hang on. So
Wait,
you're
I had
saying
something else,
that
but I
it
forgot.
didn't hurt the person attacking it, it just hurt everybody around it?
It affected enemies in
Oh,
a
the
cone
debuff.
and ignored the attack target.
Oh, I remember
sounds like
what
a
my
That's
bug.
not
thing
really
was.
splashing, is
I
it?
think they should move Tristana from the game. That's my number 2 thing. I hate Tristana. All right, that's it.
Okay. Tristana gone. Wait, what was yours, Crumbz?
But I said it. It was basically the same one as Saint. I was
Yeah,
like,
okay, that's where I was confused. Saint took
Well,
yours.
no, I took his and then I upgraded
They
it.
can
It's
team
a
up, okay?
dodgeball
They,
mode,
two
Yeah,
men
what's wrong
sharing
with
one
that?
dream.
Great
All
minds
right, I
think
will
alike.
allow it, but only because
Junglers,
Double F
one
gave
dream.
2, so we still
man,
ended up
we're
with
getting
3.
kinky now. You'll allow it?
Yeah.
What?
This is my show. No, I'm just kidding. It's our show. It's our show, and our show is just about done. I want to do some final wrap-ups, though. Saint, you're going to be casting IEM. You announced this. I don't think you were...
Wait, you are?
Yeah.
Congrats,
I'll
man.
be, I'll
I didn't
be
know
there.
that.
I'll
IEM
be
San
shit-
Jose.
I'll be shit talking.
Yeah.
It'll be good. It'll be fun.
I just
Got a
want to
name
say, by the way, so full disclosure, IEM brought me in to help them with a little bit of their announcements and stuff for San Jose or whatever, but some of the stuff I've been hearing makes me really, really excited about IEM San Jose. Makes me feel like it's going to be kind of like the old fun IPLs after Worlds, where like it's just a fun tournament because World Championship stuff. So people should go to it.
I think it'll be good. Carmack like puts a lot of work into it too. He's like a really great guy.
Yeah.
And I mean, you should. Wait, what's his like troll name that he trolls Scar with?
Urzot.
Urzot.
Ursa. Yeah, he's like a fun guy.
Yeah. Well, I think IEM is going to be really good. I know that maybe by the time this is up, if not shortly thereafter, On Gamers will be running a giveaway for some tickets and stuff, so people can check that out. But people should definitely go to IEM San Jose. Saints can be casting. You can see him there, casting.
Holy crap, the real Brandon DeMarco in the flesh.
Yeah.
You guys can touch his beard, dude. Saint loves it when you touch his facial hair.
Okay, this is why I wouldn't sleep in the same room with you in Korea.
Why would
You
you,
know-
sleep in the same room as me?
Because
You're
you
an
sleep
asshole.
with your eyes open for one
Yeah, but
thing,
you
and
slept on the
creeps me
couch
out.
Whoa,
instead
you
of
sleep
sleeping
with your
with
eyes
me.
open?
He does. It's
Yeah,
very creepy.
I do. It's
All the
fucking creepy.
time?
all the time.
Most of the time, yeah.
Holy shit.
Like full on open. Like you can't even tell the difference.
Oh
half the
my
time.
god.
No,
Yeah,
it's pretty creepy.
it scares
Not
the
fine.
shit out of me.
It's a
I was like, I'm
genetic
not
defect.
sleep. Well, because like you had Gigi like on the fucking bed, like talking to Kelly, and then you're like sitting there with your eyes open. I'm like, I'm gonna sleep on the bed.
Double Up, do you actually,
I
didn't
wanted
you
to
tell me
touch
recently
your
you were
face.
looking into
Don't
getting
your
that?
eyes get like dehydrated from being open literally all day and all night?
Yeah, they
Like-
do. So I need to take medication and stuff. It's like some genetic defect that I have, but I'm gonna get it fixed. So the cure, by the way, just in case you guys
Yeah, here we go.
are curious, You
Closing
get
your
gold
eyes.
weights implanted into your eyes. Gold is sterile, so it can never like rust or like fuck up your skin. So yeah, you get gold implanted into your eyelids, and then your eyelids are heavy enough so that they'll naturally close in your sleep.
That's pretty pimpin' you'll be.
I know,
Yeah.
dude. I'm gonna instead of like a gold grill, I'm gonna have golden eyelids. Like,
And by
imagine.
pimpin', I mean fruity as hell.
Yeah.
Crumbz,
Wow.
you have 80 shoutouts, plugs, anything you'd like to say here at the end?
Me?
Suck my
Yes.
dick.
Yeah,
Crumbz.
your Crumbz. Anything you want to promote, anything you want to say to the world out there at large. Saint, you have any shoutouts, plugs, anything you want to say here at the end besides your casting I Am San Jose?
Don't forget to watch me on Twitch. We're back on there now after fleeing from Azubu. Actually, no, Azubu's nice people.
Good
Good
save.
looking out.
Yeah, that was,
No, they're nice people. It's
That was
good.
good.
Hey, you can come back to me now.
Yeah, dude. You want to do it?
I'd like to thank the fans out there, all the League of Legends fans making all this possible. I'd like to thank our hosts, Travis, Doublelift, and Saint Vicious, for making this wonderful opportunity be real. I think this got cut off. Can you hear me?
yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Well, that was it. I just wanted to give you guys a big round of applause.
Thank you. Double lift.
Thank you so much.
Final thoughts.
Well, yeah, shout out to my fans. I streamed 36 hours out of the last like 72, so I'm pretty, like, I don't know. My brain is just frazzled right now. But yeah, thank you guys. Thank you, Crumbz, for Scar and Zion. Thanks, Saint, for keeping me in LCS. And thanks, Travis,
You piece
for
of
the
shit.
show.
Oh, can I do a last shout out to?
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
Christy
man, I wanted
streams.
to shout it after that, too.
Shout out to Christy Streams for improving Twitch quality of life.
What?
And Christy Streams, you know, like the
Christy
chick has the
Streams?
boobs that are like, they're like somehow, like, I don't even know, they're like zoomed in, like, I don't know. She had like
Are they just
30,
that big?
no, she had like 30K viewers, and like her stream is to fund her like breast augmentations. She like has the
Oh, that's
cycle.
disgusting.
Yeah, so she,
Isn't there a Twitch policy against that kind of stuff now?
that's what I thought, and then
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, like let's see who's streaming today. Like there's Bjergsen, like there's Odd One, and there's just like two giant tits. Like perfect.
Nice, dude.
Crumbz, you got a final thing you wanted to add?
Oh, no, I was just kidding.
Good. This has been the first episode of League Center. I think we're all a little rusty, but I think it was still a good episode. Thank you so much to my co-hosts, Crumbz, Saint, and Doublelift for this. If you guys want to talk about the show or whatever, I'll be in all the Reddit comments and all that kind of stuff discussing it. And probably hang out in Twitch chat a little bit after the show as well, so you guys can see me there. There's a whole FAQ and vlog about the whole thing up on the website as well. Check everything out at ongamers.com. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Stay tuned for... Actually, there's nothing to stay tuned for. We'll be there. We'll be back next week. I don't even know how to do these sign-outs anymore. Thanks so much, guys. That's episode 1.